To start, new estimate, we're going to go up to the top here, select new estimate. And what you're going to want to do first is go ahead and enter the company name that you're looking to do this for. And we'll go ahead and just say bank. And if you want, you can just enter in a few letters and tab over, and it will go ahead and enter that company for you. If you want to enter a description, we're going to go, I'll just call it a test order, or test estimate rather. And if you leave this blank, it's just going to default to the first line item. So if, say, you go ahead and do a roll sign print or a rigid sign print, that description is just going to show, roll sign print or rigid sign print from that first line item. We'll start right here. If you want, you can come here and select copy new line item from, say, a previous estimate and just double click on it, and it'll add that to this new estimate. Or you can also go to copy all line items and select your estimate, any previous estimate, and it'll copy all those line items from that estimate. All right. For this purposes, we'll go ahead and just do a roll sign print. Come in, select your category, and then the product you're looking to create an estimate for. Up here at the top, you'll see sets and of originals. So say someone brings you 2 separate images and wants 10 prints of each image for a total of 20. There's also an option in system setup that will allow you to just show quantity as opposed to sets of originals. That's just a personal choice. Over here you'll see sides, single-sided, back-to-back, double-sided. We'll just go ahead and leave it at single-sided. And if you look right next to it, this little question mark, if you click on that, this image will come up to explain single-sided, double-sided, back-to-back, and also for just a regular print, and if it's going to be mounted as well. All right, here's the space for your height and width. I'll just go with a basic 24 by 36. And any field you see in blue is going to be a required field for you to save the estimate. And we'll just choose the Mamaki. Here's your resolution, production, standard, high. We'll leave it at production. And here, anytime you see these little question marks, if you want to click on it, it'll give you just a little more detail on that. It'll show you your resolution, production, standard, and then the printer settings, and things like that for each different set of equipment. Printing is going to be your material type, banner, fabric, anything of that nature. We'll go ahead and just choose vinyl. We'll select the 3M 54-inch. This details button, and any button you see that's brown, it's just going to be for more information. It's going to pull up more information, more detailed information. It's defaulted to auto rotate image for your best fit. It's probably what you're going to want to leave it as. And if you only want to use the print area and leave the scrap area out, here's the option for that. If you want to add an additional scrap, you can do that here. Laminating and mounting, if you want to use, if the item's going to be laminated, mounted, this is where you can go through and select that. We have it defaulted to go through here for this product, so I'll just leave it at that. And if you want to do it on the back as well, you can choose that here. Let's say we want to mount this. We'll hand mount it to some coroplast, and then choose whatever type of coroplast that you're looking to use. Sheet usage, full sheet, half sheet, and again, these little question marks give you a little more information on, and these will change based on the size of the images that you, the size of the material that you choose. Cut method for the mounting material, also for the Coro, say we want to use the I-cut, and it'll just be a standard cut. And again, this little question mark, it'll show you simple, standard, complex, and it will change the price accordingly based on the difficulty of the cut. Over here, you'll see your option for pricing methods. If you want to use area-based, cost-based, you can switch back and forth between here. We'll say we want to use cost-based for this job. Your add-ons, if this little custom finishing button will open up the finishing for these products. If you want to use, if you need edge treatment, install methods, if you're going to apply grommets to this product, and then the finishing for the mounting, same thing, edge treatments, things like that. Any layout data that you want to add, this is all, kind of just up to you. Add-ons, I'll get to that in a second. Those are going to be your modifiers right here. And I'm kind of bunched up, so if you click on more right here, it'll pull up a bigger window that'll allow you to say, so say we want to, say this is going to be a rush job, you can check that, and it'll add that price into it for you right there. Okay, and the info tab right here, this is nice. It'll give you the printed layout and the mounted layout, the area, scrap area, total width, the length of the roll that you're going to be using, things like that. Your notes down here, description, these are going to be, this is what's going to show on your estimates, invoices, and work orders. So estimates and invoices, this is what you're going to want your customer to see when you send this out. It's just going to be a summary sort of thing. Your production notes, these are only going to print on your work orders for the people in production to see. It's going to be a little more specific with dimensions and just things along that lines that the guys in production need to get the job done. Okay, any button you see, like I said earlier, brown, it's just going to be something that's going to give you a little more detail. So say for this job, a client had brought in an image or two that you wanted to go ahead and upload here that would print out. This is where you could do that, browse, and then choose your image from wherever you have it stored. Any blue button is going to create a child item. So if, say, we wanted to add a design, if they send over a file name, we'll just call it client's picture, and they send us over a JPEG via email, and proof type, we'll use a PDF. So they send us over one file, and we'll give it 15 minutes of setup time for that file, and then save that. Your shipping tab, we're going to do a training session that goes into shipping a lot more. Because this is an estimate, you may not know that you are going to end up shipping this because this isn't an order. It's something you're getting out to the client for them to review. But if you are pretty sure it's going to be converted to order and you already know the shipping information, you can go ahead and enter that in here. Same thing for installation. If you know it's going to be a job that you're going to have to actually go out on site or have a third party go out and install it, all that information can be entered in right here and added as a child item to your estimate. And then miscellaneous, anything else, consulting, things along that lines can be added here to add that price into it. All right, going across the bottom here, you'll see these tabs, pricing form, summary. The pricing form is just this form that you're looking at that shows you all the information that you've just entered in. Your summary, this is going to be the notes that are only going to go out on your estimates and invoices, the things that you're actually sending to the client. That's just going to be a general overview of the job, the total number, the height and width, things like that. The details, this is going to be the production notes for the guys in production that's only going to show on the work orders that you don't want the client to see. The activities tab, anytime you change a station for a line item on the order, a work assignment, that's going to log the activity in this so you can go back and see every time a line item station was changed, anything like that. Your parts tab, if you click over here, this will show you everything, and you can separate it by if you just want to see just the design line items and things like that. So you'll see everything, all the labor, material, and equipment that's going into this, the product, the category of that product, the part, the description, usage, and things like that. And the nice little feature is that you can right-click on any part, and click View Part, and it'll take you straight to that part and part setup if any adjustments need to be made to usage or price or anything like that. And also Column Chooser, if there's information that you want to see that's not visible, you can click Column Chooser and scroll through. You go down if you want anything that's not checked, you can check, uncheck. That will show you in this screen, whatever it is that you're looking to see. The Advanced tab, if you want to go ahead and put in a current station for a particular line item, you can do that here. If it's assigned to a certain person that you already know, again, you can do that right here, a due date for the line item, and proof options if you want to use them. This accounting options, this will be something that we'll go into in a separate video. Okay, so we'll go ahead and click OK and get here from our estimate. You're going across the top here, items and company. There's a setting in System Setup that will allow you to, when you pull up a new estimate, as you saw, it defaulted to the Items tab. You can have it set to this. So when you go to create a new estimate, the Company tab will come first for you to enter in any information in here, which is just a nice feature. It just depends on personal preference, what you want to see when you do go to create a new estimate. And this will show you all the information about the company, contact information, address, and things like that. Your Totals tab is going to show you primary and secondary salesperson, if applicable, for this estimate for the company. Proof date, if it's something you want to use, and the due date for the order. And if you select firm date, it's going to show on your on the work order, on the estimate, in red, it'll say firm date with the due date that you selected. Estimate station, awaiting approval, in progress, anything if you do choose to use that. Also station at sale. This is going to be the station that the estimate will be when it's marked as sale, if it's going to be shipped, installed, anything like that. And you also have the option to link a PO to this estimate if you choose to. There's a setting in System Setup that requires an estimate to have a PO number if if your company does choose to require a PO number for every estimate. The Payments tab, this isn't really applicable for estimates because payments are only going to be posted towards orders. So once you convert an estimate to an order, which I'm going to show you guys in just a little bit, the Payments tab, this is where you could go in and post a payment to this order. Notes, up at the top here, these are my default estimate notes. There's an option in System Setup that will allow you guys to go in and enter in whatever notes that you want to appear. If there's a certain note that you want to appear on every estimate, you can go ahead and do that there. And then down here, this red box for internal use is only going to be production notes, internal, that only the guys in production will see on the work orders. Estimate greetings, you can save if you want to say, thank you for allowing us to provide you with this estimate. We look forward to working with you, that sort of thing. You can put that in here and that will send out with the estimates when you send those out to customers. The shipping tab, like I said, we're going to have a separate video going into detail with the shipping tab to show you guys, kind of everything that it can do. That'll be something separate. Parts, this is another place to view your parts for the order, just like viewing it from the pricing form. You can select line item or view the whole order. Same thing, you can go in and click view part and it'll take you straight to that part. Column chooser, if there's a field that you're not seeing that you would like to see, you can go in there and add that right there. The schedule tab, if any of say your printer, so you have your printer set to a certain schedule through the activities manager, it'll show here the time, then the schedule if it's set to run from 2 to 3 or 3 to 5 in the afternoon, anything like that. That's where you'll see this right here. And the user defined fields tab, that's any extra information about the estimate that you want to have, a design due date, assembly due date, anything like that. That's where you'll see this. All right, going back to the items tab, you'll see going across the bottom also you can scroll through and see the summary, the details in the parts tab, or no details if this is how you want to view it. Okay, so and you also have the ability to click on any line item and clone it, and that'll create an exact clone of that line item and add it into the order for you. All right, variations. So if a client may come to you with this order and he wants 10 sets of those 2 photos for a total of 20, and he wants to get a price on that. At the same time, he also might want to go ahead and get a quote for 40 just to see the price differences. So we could go ahead and rename this one quantity of 20, and we can clone this and then go ahead and rename it to a quantity for 40. So what we can do is go in here and change this to 40, and it'll go back. And when you go to print the estimate, on the actual estimate, it will show your client both, the cost for a set of 20 and for a set of 40, so they can see the price differences. All right, if you go over here you have everything you need, and also, I meant to show you this. Over here, when you do go to create an estimate, you'll see down here at the bottom, view quick products. If you have a few products that you use, more than any other products, you can set those here and just quicker access to these. And if not, you can view all products, and it'll show you all the product categories. So once you've entered in everything that you need, and one more thing, you'll see here, as this is a child item, you can promote it and make it into a parent item by itself using the promote and demote buttons. And also, if you want to move up and down, you can do that as well. So after you have all of your information for the estimate and you're ready to go ahead and save it, you can go over to the right-hand side, select Save. You do have the option to go ahead and save it straight as an order if you like. For now, we'll save this as an estimate. Okay, and if you want to view it, go ahead and take a look at the estimate report that's going to be sent out to the client. You can go to print, and for this, we'll just use the general standard estimate. And when you come in here, you'll see all the different options that you have to show on the estimate. If you want to print totals or not, show as quantity. If you want to leave the notes off, you can uncheck that. We don't want to show the tax ID. We don't want to show discounts. You don't want to show discount. If you show discounts and there's no discount, it's going to say discount 0, and that's not something that you would generally want your client to see. So we'll go ahead and just preview this, see what it looks like. This is just the standard estimate with all the information on there for you. And there's the quantity of 20 for the first variation with the price, and then the quantities for 40. And if you want to save this, save it as a PDF, anything like that. All right. And then once you've sent this estimate out, whether you emailed it to them, printed it and mailed it, anything like that, and you're ready to convert, you can choose that estimate and come over here and click Convert. Do you wish to convert this estimate to an order? Yes. And say he chose the 40. If you want to enter a PO number that came, 123, and save it. We won't post a deposit for now. And you've created an estimate and converted it to an order. So let me get you guys. Oh, right. All right. Everybody good? Anybody got any questions?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Just going back to where you copied, I think it was copy all line or something.
All line items?
Yeah. Does it have to be from the same company, or am I able to copy a line item from another company?
It's based off the estimate. So if you're saying if the estimate is for another company and a different company wants that same line item?
Yeah, once like the exact same product.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
You would.
Cool.
It's not from the company. It's just pulling that line item. Yes, ma'am.
Cool. Thank you so much.
All right. Oh, no problem. Anybody else? All right. Well, thank you guys. Hope this was helpful.